The truth is out there.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Paranormal activity.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
The government denies evidence.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
What was the other one?
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Did I already say I want you to believe? I want you to
Did I
believe.
say that?
The truth is out there.
Truth is out there. Paranormal activity. Government denies thing.
Gillian Anderson.
There's another one.
Gillian Anderson. David Duchovny.
I don't know how long I want to go for.
I'm your dad.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's the big Dave's World show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. First off, I don't know what happened this past week. There was some bullshit show that Justin put out. I don't know why he's doing it. I don't know why he's secluded himself away in that nightmare shed. We had a disagreement on the show, and now he's gone haywire. He's stockpiling canned food in there, and he's angrier than I've ever known him to be. So it's a little scary. He doesn't come in the house much, which is probably for the best right now. But I didn't kick him out of the house. I don't know. He just flipped the fuck out, and maybe if he cools down, I'll go out there and try and talk to him. But right now, I think it's best that he kind of cools off with all that terrible graffiti and the tire swing out there. I also really want to apologize. We did that variety show thing a couple weeks ago. It was a nightmare. Nothing went right with it. The guests were terrible, just uninteresting for the most part. That movie star whose name I can't even remember at this point. Some terrible French musician. It was bad, and I'm sorry. I apologize for that. It was easily one of the worst, if not the worst show that we've ever done. So if you're on the fence about the show as an entire series now, I want to apologize and let you know that we're going to get back on track, and we're starting tonight. We're getting back on track, and hopefully there's no more hiccups with Justin's Get Fucked show, because tonight we have a really big one. The variety show was a nightmare in almost always, but I did make one friend, one companion who came out of that show, and I've got him here with me this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you Big King Cat.
Well, even though I was terrible last week, you have me back.
No, I said almost everything on the show was terrible.
Oh, okay.
You were the only bright spot in the entire...
well, thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a different format. I don't know how you felt about the variety show thing.
Oh, it's horrible. I listened to it, and then I also had my friends listen to it, and they thought it was hilariously bad.
Yeah, it was nothing. There were so many problems.
It was pretty terrible.
And, well, now there's a cat losing its goddamn mind in here. I'm sure you're comfortable with that, though. You're the Big King Cat.
Well, yeah, I brought the cat with me.
Yeah, I wish you would have.
Tabby.
I wish you would have asked.
That's what we call it, is an American tabby cat. They love boxes and running around.
Yeah, she's going ape on some boxes right now. It's a little disconcerting. The look in her eyes. Her eyes are bloodshot, and now she's attacking a ceiling fan that's on the ground.
Yeah. Why is the ceiling fan on the ground?
I don't know. I think Justin did it.
You think so?
I think he ripped it down when he was leaving.
Who's Justin?
He used to do the show with me. He was the co-host.
Why would he rip a ceiling fan down?
He was angry. He got real angry. We had a disagreement about this stupid website called FaceSpace, FaceSpace2.org or something. I don't remember. It was stupid. I can't even remember the full name of it.
FaceSpace?
Yeah, FaceSpace.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I'm on there.
You know, I don't want to get into it.
Are you on FaceSpace?
No, I'm not, and I won't be.
I'll send you an invite
No,
code.
no, thank you.
Do you have an LO account?
Yes.
I'll send you a code.
You don't need to. You really don't.
All right, well, if you don't
It's fine. I appreciate the sentiment, but
yeah,
totally unnecessary.
All right, well, fair enough.
Okay. But tonight, you and I, we bonded a bit after the show at the Nightmare Variety show. We sat back in the green room a little bit, and we had a conversation about something that turns out to be a huge passion for both of us.
Scorpions?
Nope.
Emperor scorpions?
Those were interesting.
Did you find my scorpions, by the way?
Nobody found that scorpion. That area was on lockdown.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. Those are expensive.
Yeah, it's a big mistake to make.
Yeah.
But no, it's not scorpions. Maybe the band Scorpions.
I don't like them.
Okay, well then, agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah, well.
We split the difference there. No, what I'm talking about is our passion.
For sharks.
Well, I don't mind sharks. I'm not gonna go jump in the water with one, but they're cool to look at.
Very docile and friendly, especially the great white.
I don't know about that. I mean, I know that
I
know it's a myth that they eat people all the time, and more sharks are killed every year than sharks that kill humans.
Oh, that's it. That's accurate.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I know that sharks aren't the monsters that they're made out to be, but still, the ocean is fucking freaky. There's
we'll go down there sometime. We'll get some scuba gear and we'll go down.
How about if we have like a submarine? I'll go.
I don't have a submarine. I don't have that kind of budget.
I'm not going down there then.
Well,
I'm not going down into the ocean depths with just scuba gear.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get you drunk and then we'll go down.
See, the problem there, I don't drink alcohol.
Well,
so.
you will.
Well, I won't.
I'll trick you.
No, you won't.
Be funny joke. Haha.
No, that'd be a terrible joke.
You wake up surrounded by sharks in cage.
The sharks are in a cage, or I'm in a cage?
No, the sharks. You put them in a cage so they can't get you.
Are they on dry land?
No, they're in the water.
Okay, I was going to say.
You lure them. You spend eight hours luring the sharks into a cage, and then you go in the water and you observe them in the cage.
Oh, so the sharks are all in a cage.
Yeah.
Or several cages.
Yeah.
And then they can't get to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
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 See, we'll go.
All right. Well, maybe I have a new passion now, but that's, again, not the one I was talking about.
You gotta watch out for the man-of-war jellyfish, though.
Yeah, well, if you get stung, you pee on yourself, and it's fine.
Well, it's hard to pee when you're in the water.
Well, you get out of the water.
Well, not if you succumb to the stings before you get back to shore.
Well, then someone's got to pee on me.
You don't understand. If you go into a herd of man-of-war jellyfish, you're dead.
Why would I go into a herd of them?
Well, you don't even know. They're like little sailboats, and all of a sudden you're... They look like little sailboats on the water, and then all of a sudden they're surrounding you. You don't even know how it happened, and they just start stinging you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I see what I think is a bunch of tiny sailboats on the water, I'm going to know to avoid them.
They're translucent. It's hard to see with the waves and the foam and the sharks in the cage. They're
all
very
right.
distracting.
Well, how about I'm just going to stay on dry land, maybe, or maybe in a boat.
No, we'll go.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
I'll have to talk to my insurance salesman
Right.
and see what I can get some ocean insurance.
Yeah.
I don't want to get murdered by sharks and jellyfish.
Hmm.
But no, the passion I was talking about was our shared passion for squatching.
Oh, squatching. I love squatching.
And if anybody out there doesn't know what squatching is, it's the practice of going out into the forest or the mountains or anywhere really, any desolate land, and looking for Bigfoot.
Yes. The Squatch himself.
Yeah, affectionately known in the squatching community as Squatch.
Squatch.
Yep, we go out there and we yell Squatch, Squatch, and see if he comes out, and we go camping and we roast some dogs over a fire and see if we can't find a Squatch out there.
Yeah.
And it's a really great time for everybody. So when did your passion for Bigfoot and squatching in general start?
It would have to be when I was 7 years old. My mama took us out camping, and I could have swore I saw a Squatch, but it wasn't a Squatch. But then I started wondering, what if I actually saw a Squatch? It was a bear, and the bear killed my da.
Oh.
Yeah, and then, so it wasn't a Squatch, it was a bear. But then I started, as my father was being eaten, I started thinking, wouldn't it be cool if there was a Sasquatch? And my mom was like, no, there's no Sasquatch. And I said, well, I like to think there is. And she said, no, you need to stop, entertaining these fairy tales. You live inside your own little world with your animals, and look where that got me.
Yeah, look where it got you.
Yeah. So I've been interested in Sasquatch since I was a wee lad. Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested. Where is this accent from? It's an interesting dialect and accent you have, and I've never asked the question, but I'm curious.
I'm from Jur Island.
Excuse me?
Jur Island.
Where's that? Where is that located?
Off the Pacific Ocean. You can't miss it. If you sail west, you can't miss it.
Sail west from what?
Well, no, actually, if you're on the west coast, you want to go north, and then east, and then a little bit south, and then straight on till morning.
Well,
You can't miss it.
All right. Well, we might need to take a trek out here. I want to see this homeland of yours.
Well, maybe. I mean, everyone's dead.
Oh,
There was a famine. Yeah.
everything just went?
Yeah, just everything's dead. Yeah.
No, I mean the famine. Like, you just lost all food, all resources? What
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
How?
Except for Laffy Taffy. We had a lot of that.
What was wrong with that?
Well, we ate it, but I mean, eat that enough of that, you're gonna die.
I mean,
It gums up your insides.
I just want to say, if anyone from the Laffy Taffy Corporation is listening, I'm not sure if that's accurate. I don't want to imply
Mr.
that.
Wonka, he's very busy. He doesn't listen.
Well, yeah, maybe not him, but a lawyer from the Laffy Taffy Corporation might be listening.
Oh, he got rid of that lawyer.
I don't want to imply
see the
that
movie?
Laffy Taffy might kill somebody, is what I'm saying. I don't want to.
Okay.
Laffy Taffy cannot murder somebody.
It can. It might. I
It
mean, if
can't.
you
It
eat
won't.
enough of anything, it'll kill you.
I don't know. If,
You know who loves Laffy Taffy? Giraffes.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that about giraffes.
Oh yeah, they love Laffy Taffy. They love any kind of chewy substance.
Interesting. Is it because of their long neck and it has so far to travel?
Yeah,
It feels
they like
cool
the
going
feeling
down
of
there?
it going down.
That's what I figured. That's the way I eat most things, because the way they feel. I don't care so much about the taste,
Yeah.
but as
it's
long as it feels
texture.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad about your da. I never knew that.
Yeah, my dog.
We didn't connect on that when we talked earlier.
Well, I
Um,
mean, we also had a lot of animals around. It wasn't really, I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? You didn't want to like upset the animals? What?
Well, no, well, yeah, I mean, they're emotional. They get emotional. They feel your vibe, and they react accordingly.
That's,
So
I guess that's true. That monkey a couple weeks ago was reacting pretty poorly to me.
yeah, well, he doesn't like you. He still doesn't like you.
Yeah, he showed his teeth and it was terrible.
Yeah, I showed him a photo of you when he shot it with his gun.
Why did you give this monkey a gun?
I train all my animals in firearms. The ones with opposable thumbs.
I don't know. I don't. Think
I've been
that's-
trying to train the sharks in the guns, but they just eat the bullets.
Yeah, shark doesn't have thumbs or fingers or anything. Doesn't have
No,
hands.
I try to shove it in the gills or kind of tape
Oh,
it to its
no, you
fin.
can't. You can't put a gun in a shark's gills.
No, you can't.
You're gonna gum up the gills.
Yeah, exactly, like Laffy Taffy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a gun will kill a person. I will say that on record.
Yeah, unless you're underwater.
I don't think that's true. You can get shot underwater.
You can, but it's hard.
Yeah, but it's possible.
Yeah, well,
I fear we're straying
guess
from the
it's
topic
possible.
here a little bit. The topic of Bigfoot and Squatching.
yeah.
Again, sorry to hear about your dad. Have you had?
Oh, whatever.
And it was a. All
It was
right.
a long time ago.
Okay. Well, yeah. Time heals all wounds, except for those that killed your father. Now, this was a bear. You said. Did you have any actual Squatch experiences? Have you ever seen an actual Sasquatch?
I've been tracking Squatch for in my free time. When I take a vacation from the big King Cat show, I'll go out into the wilderness and I'll look for Squatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
But never have you seen one? Never have you ever seen a Sasquatch?
I feel like I've seen him a few times. I've never gotten close though. They're very wily.
They're very wily.
And they escape very easily. And they're spooked very easily, and their senses are very heightened. So it's hard to sneak up on them.
That is true.
Yeah.
They're crafty. I mean, they've been around since like the 1850s, reportedly,
Yeah.
and nobody's caught one.
Right.
So, I mean, they're elusive and they're not like a big dumb animal. They're smart and they're sneaky.
Yeah.
That's what you got to be afraid of. A sneaky,
Exactly.
smart thing.
Yeah. They can run up to 30 miles an hour.
Really? I
Yeah.
know. That's interesting.
Yeah. Royal Cruden in India, he documented it in a 4-wheeler incident. Apparently, he was on his 4-wheeler.
Maybe
And he was trying to chase down a Squatch, and the 4-wheeler only went up to 29 miles an hour, and he just got away.
Yeah, I'm wondering maybe if this person documenting it was going 30 miles an hour, and that's where
Maybe.
the confusion comes in.
Maybe that's entirely possible.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
almost certainly possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you and I we spoke about Squatch a couple weeks ago, and then we decided that we were gonna go on our own adventure, looking for a Bigfoot, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit today.
Yeah.
Did you know? Let's have this interesting fact.
We're just gonna go into Bigfoot facts now.
Let's talk a little bit about Bigfoot.
I feel like the listener would appreciate that.
Yeah, let's talk. All
All right, let's go into it.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah.
Did you know Bigfoots are immune to pepper spray
Yes.
and have been known that they are incapable of sneezing.
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah. Yeah.
You did know that, okay?
Yep.
How about this Bigfoot fact? As long as people have been spotting Bigfoot animals, just as many or more have been faking evidence of the same.
No way.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It makes me sick that people would fake this kind of thing. People produce Bigfoot costumes, fake tracks. Hoaxsters have even duped family and friends into believing they had an experience with Bigfoot. But today, Bigfoot sightings still occur. And whether they're real or not, I mean, that's really up to us to decide.
Right. It's true.
I
feel like we will. What?
I can't believe people would fake a Bigfoot sighting.
I can believe it because people look for attention and all that stuff, you know.
It's sad to me. It makes me upset that people would take one of the most beautiful and fascinating mythical creatures of all time and just lie about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people are crazy, and like I said, they want attention. Everybody wants to be in the spotlight, but nobody's been able to come up with any concrete evidence. You know, so they try to fake it, and they don't think it's ever going to happen, so they do it. And there's lots of gullible people out there who squatchers who would pay a lot of money and would pay attention to them, so they do it.
Let's just clarify: amateur squatchers are the only ones who kind of buy into this kind of stuff.
No, I mean, a lot of the fakes can be good enough to fool even a seasoned squatcher.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think you can spot a Bigfoot forgery a mile away.
I don't know.
Which, coincidentally, is how long a Bigfoot's dick is.
I don't have that in my notes.
I guess I dug a little deeper than you did.
Oh, wait, here we go. Large brow ridge, flat black nose, mile long dick. Okay.
There it is. You just gloss over it at the end.
Yeah. Also, he smells like Butch who lives under the bridge.
Who is Butch?
I don't know. I just have that written down here. I don't remember what that means.
Just
but they also weigh anywhere from 400 to 1,000 pounds.
Wait, repeat that.
What's that?
Well, repeat that last one.
Between 400 and 1,000 pounds.
That's a hell of a range.
And they're between 6'6" and 10 foot tall. 10 foot tall.
Did you know that in 1897 there was a Bigfoot captured in Brazil? And
yeah.
People fed it
the food
bananas, nuts, and berries.
And then it escaped.
You feeling okay? Your voice cracked a little bit.
No,
there.
I get emotional about Bigfoot.
Sounds
I think about it.
When you get emotional, you lose your accent a little bit. More recently, in 2010, as a matter of fact, in Boise, Idaho, there were some new artifacts found in multiple caves portraying a giant bear consistently walking on its hind legs like a man. Now, you tell me that doesn't spell out Bigfoot.
It could have been a bear. I mean, we have our job as squatchers is to rule out every possibility. It's like the ghost hunters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those guys are pros.
Yeah, they're pros, and we have to be the same level of pro. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, pro. We're pros.
Are you okay?
I was trying to think of the right phrase. English is not my native language.
Apparently. But that's fine. I mean, you're doing pretty well with it. It seems like you picked up.
I've been speaking it for 27 years.
Yeah, well, it shows.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing a great job.
Okay.
You're doing a really great job.
I
want you to know you're doing a really great job.
I'm getting condescending.
No, it's not condescending at all. I'm just saying you're doing a really great job speaking the English language.
All right. Okay.
I think you're doing a great job. You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, just feel good about it.
I felt fine. Now I just feel strange.
Well, you know what else is strange? In June in 2000, they found some bones in Oregon, and the human remains would be that of the tallest man in the world. Oh, yes. We have the same note here.
Yes.
Must talk to the same person.
Well, no, I mean it's a fact. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. But when they laid out these bones, the person would have stood 9 foot 6 inches tall, and the femur bone was an amazing 4 foot 1 inch long. That's a big foot.
It's big, but it could have been a giant. You know.
I guess it could have been a giant. I mean, there are giants in the world,
and they're very reclusive. These giants, they're just like squatches.
Yeah.
But they without all the hair.
Well, some of the hair.
But
Depending on the
without
person.
all of it, though.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the genetics,
Yeah.
where the person comes from,
True.
their family.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you know that it's believed that the Bigfoot migrates from region to region, possibly for mating, habitat, or food? I mean, that's
Yeah.
like any other animal
Uh-huh.
or creature. If the food is dried up, like they did in your homeland of, what was it called again?
It was Dry Island.
Dryland?
No, Dry Island.
Dry Island?
No, Dry Island.
Dry Island?
No, it's okay. It's you know.
Okay, well,
It's fine.
It's like how you migrated away or emigrated from Dry Island.
Dry Island.
Dry Island.
Dry Island.
Dry Island.
No,
What am I doing wrong?
you don't have the tongue. It's you know.
Dry Island.
No,
Dry Island.
I'm not saying use more tongue.
Well, I don't.
I'm
That's not a complaint I usually
15
get.
Here.
How about I'll go try and use no tongue. Dry Island.
No, you can't.
I guess I'll never
Homo
go there.
sapiens cannot make noises in their mouths without moving their tongues. It's a fact.
Oh, I'm not moving my tongue when
You
I do
did
that.
it just a little bit there.
Yep,
you're doing it right now.
No, it's sitting still.
Yeah, you're lifting it to do that though.
No, it's just.
No. You're doing no. No.
It's.
No.
God damn it! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna not move my tongue one of these times.
No.
Son of a bitch. Okay. I don't know if the big
Squatch can.
I was gonna say the Squatch, can they make
Yeah.
noise without moving their tongues?
They sure can. They make a clicking noise.
They make a clicking and a shrieking,
Yeah.
and it's if you ever hear it out in the woods, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, we heard a little bit of that while we were out in the field.
Yeah.
Thanks for the confirmation.
I didn't know if we were going to a clip there. I know you have a whole thing.
No. We'll seamlessly interweave them.
Okay.
So we just talk like normal, and then later on we'll just intersperse
It
things.
seemed like you were doing a cue. I didn't know.
No, I was cueing you for a response.
Okay. Yeah.
to my
No.
statement.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, folks, we're gonna take a break real quick. When we get back, we're gonna have more Squatch talk, and we're gonna have our own little excursion into the mountains of Appalachia on our quest for Squatch.
Can I have some of these peanuts?
Well, I'm throwing a commercial here. Just
Your parents don't love you. You were probably a mistake. Grandma Slur. Your parents don't understand you, and they're pieces of shit anyway. Grandma Slur. You'll never find true love. Grandma Slur. Grandma Slur. You'll always be alone because of the decisions you've made. Grandma Slur. Nobody's ever truly understood you, and you hate every minute of it. Grandma Slur. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Grandma Slur.
Available now at all K through 12 cafeteria vending machines.
all right, folks. Welcome back here to the Squatch episode, squatching of the squatching of Dave's World. I'm here with Big King Cat, and we're talking about. We had quite an adventure this week, didn't we, Cat?
Yeah.
Um,
It was crazy.
we went out. We bonded a couple weeks ago about our passion of squatching,
Yep.
which, if you don't know, is the hunting and tracking of Bigfoot. Not hunting for killing or anything.
No, for observation.
for observation
and research.
and friendship.
Yeah.
I would like to befriend a Bigfoot one
Well,
day.
it's impossible.
I'd like to get a Harry and the Henderson situation going on.
Well, that is a work of fiction, as you know.
Yeah, it's a work of fiction,
they
but
are
it's got to be
animals.
based on something.
No, not
Well,
really.
Okay, you say that they're animals, but has man not become friends with animals in the past? You got these cats running around here that you brought over. We're friends with them.
Yes, but those are not feral cats. Humans become friends with animals after years of domestication and years of inbreeding, and they're pets.
Well, I'd like to start that process of inbreeding and that other thing you said,
Domestication. Well, I mean, like I said, it takes a long time, and you would need an infant Bigfoot to even begin to attempt that.
I'll find them. I'll
People
find them
having a
all.
hard enough time to find adult ones, much less the children.
Yeah, well, once we find one, we track it and we kind of follow it around, and we find the lair where the rest of them are.
And take the child.
No. I'm gonna explain to them. You're gonna come live with me now.
No, I mean you just take it.
We've got a lot of food. We've got a lot of shelter. We've got some old T-shirts you can wear. It's gonna be a good time.
I don't think you want. I think you have I think there's a misunderstanding.
But
we can move on.
No. All right.
I don't think they. What I'm saying is, if you see a Bigfoot child, just take the child. I mean,
I'm not a kidnapper.
If you stand around trying to explain, they're gonna kill you.
Why do you assume that they're such violent creatures?
They're carnivores.
But they're not.
Well, they're omnivores technically.
They don't have a ruthless lust for blood.
No, I'm not saying they're not like great white sharks. They're not like killing machines. We don't need to wipe them off the planet.
We don't need to wipe. Well, hang on. Beep, beep, beep. Back it up. We don't need to wipe great
white sharks.
Yeah, we don't need to wipe great white sharks off the.
Yes, the grape ones are the most horrible ones.
Have you been saying grape this whole time?
No, there's great white sharks and then there's grape white sharks.
I'm mostly familiar with grape.
They're an off purple white hue and they're horrible killing machines.
Okay, those ones I agree. Those ones are monsters. They're domestic terrorists. And
they have evolved to walk on land, and the mayor won't believe me. But they need to be stopped.
Yeah, they developed tiny legs.
Yes.
And they look ridiculous. It's like street sharks, but stupider looking.
Yeah. Not as cool.
No, they don't have muscles. They lack the upper body strength.
They are nothing like street sharks, except for they have feet.
Well, yeah. Let's not discount the facts here. They have entire legs. They don't just have feet. They're very tiny, but they have them.
All right.
Sorry, I get a little riled when we talk about great white sharks. Even though they are terrible, terrible monsters. So you and I, we had to do some research before we went out on this journey, this excellent adventure of ours. And any good journey starts with survival tips.
Yeah.
So you have some survival tips here for if any of our listeners out here are going to go on a Squatch hunt?
Yeah, I'll just give you a couple.
Okay.
We won't go through the whole thing. So the main thing you want to do if you're ever confronted by a Bigfoot or a Squatch, as we call them,
right, is make friends.
No, offer them food.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you bond.
No,
you
want to distract them and convince them that you are not tasty, the food you have is tasty, and then you leave immediately as soon as they're distracted.
Well,
you get away as soon as possible, otherwise they will kill you and eat you.
I will respectfully disagree with at least a portion of that.
You can't disagree with a fact. It's cold hard science.
The science, no, the jury is out on this one. I think if I give...
It's an animal. It's a wild animal.
I think if I give a Squatch a roast beef sandwich, a beef and cheddar from Hardee's or Arby's.
Yeah. And then he reaches down and you blow his head off. Or you run.
No, you don't. How are you going to research anything if you blow every Squatch's head off?
I'm not saying every Squatch. I'm saying if you're in a life or death situation, you can either choose to die or run.
I guess this is the difference between you and I, because I just assume every situation I encounter with a Squatch is a life situation.
Yeah, and that's what's going to get you killed.
Or a friend.
No.
I digress. What's next on the list here?
Well, you can also try to be funny. Sasquatches have a sense of humor to them. It's not very complex. So don't try to tell some kind of like Bill Hicks joke or something. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get the references.
It's going to be over their head.
Like fall down, haha. Try to make them laugh. Even then, they'll probably still kill you. You still really need to just distract them in some kind of way. You can act crazy. Just run away. That's a big one. Run away. But as I said, they can run over 30 miles an hour. Unless you have a four-wheeler that can go above 30 miles an hour,
which is unlikely.
Then yeah.
I don't think they make them that
or
go
you
over
can
29.
Rush them.
You can rush them?
Rush them.
I'm not gonna.
Charge him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could.
Maybe he'll get spooked and run away.
I don't want that.
You want to get away from the Sasquatch. You want to observe from a distance. Take notes.
I track.
You do not want to be that close.
Track from a distance. Observe as closely as possible.
Yeah. And if that goes awry,
which is like a 3-foot distance.
You run.
Now, if I'm running in a Bigfoot situation, we're holding hands and we're running together, me and the Squatch.
No.
Because we've bonded, we've shared food, I've made
No.
Squatch laugh,
No.
and Squatch is grabbing his wife and kids, and we're getting the hell out of there.
No. You're very wrong, and it's a very you're spreading dangerous misinformation here.
You're the one spreading disinformation. Earlier, you were saying Laffy Taffy was going to kill people.
If you eat enough of anything, it'll kill people.
Kill people or yourself?
Anyone. You.
If I eat enough Laffy Taffy, it'll kill people?
No, you or your ma or your dad.
I don't think. I think you've got your facts messed up. You should maybe stick to animals and not food and creatures of lore.
I know that cats like chips.
Well, yeah, you left that bag of chips on the ground. Of course the cats are going to try and eat it. That little greasy one eats everything.
She's all greased up.
Yeah, I don't know why you brought her here greased up like that.
So basically, your biggest chance of surviving is just to not, first of all, don't get close enough. People listening, this, Corey, he seems to have this obsession with becoming friends with a Squatch. I would not recommend this to anyone. Definitely just try to stay away. If you can't, if you're confronted, try to offer them some food or run. They do have a sense of humor. I wouldn't even attempt that. Just try to get away.
I have heard though that they while they do have a sense of humor, they don't understand crying in the least.
No.
So if you cry in front of a Bigfoot, you've got about a 3% chance of survival because they don't understand tears and they'll just clobber your face.
That's right. Yeah. Even if they're tears of joy.
Yeah,
they will
I don't
not
know.
Understand.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that either. I think if a Squatch understands laughter and joy, then they must understand sadness.
Okay.
That's my belief system.
All right. You have an interesting belief system. I respect it. But I have to tell you, if we come, if we come face to face with a Sasquatch, I'm running away.
Okay, well, we'll talk about how close we did come to seeing a Sasquatch here.
Well, I don't want to give it away.
No, yes, I know. Well, there's big money in these quarter hours here. We got to keep people tuned in.
Yeah.
Well, our journey began with a little road trip.
Yeah.
You stopped by my place. We loaded up the van with all sorts of camping equipment, night vision goggles, tracking gear.
And I brought my special bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. Do you want some?
I would love some.
All right, so here, you know what you say. In America, you can't have just one.
No, you can't. You got to have all of them.
Yeah.
So I'll take the whole bag.
Okay, I have 5 more.
All right.
Yeah, and there's lots of stuff.
There's. I mean, the amount of stuff in that bag, I couldn't imagine. You brought that thing out, and I was like, what is in there?
I made it myself.
Yeah, and it shows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. The craftsmanship, it's on point. Yeah, it's one of the greatest bags I've seen.
Yeah, thanks.
So there was that.
Yeah.
We loaded everything up into the van. You threw a couple of your cats in there.
Yep.
Which I was very staunchly against.
Well,
I
don't go anywhere with at least 2 cats.
I didn't think it was a good idea to bring a cat on a Squatch hunt.
They're very good hunters.
Yeah, but the Squatch
it's like the parakeet or the canary. Not the parakeet. Canary in the mine. If you bring a cat into the wilderness, the cat drops dead. A Squatch is nearby. They can't even handle it. They can't handle the sensory, stuff from the Squatch, and they just immediately die.
So your goal here is to come back with 0 cats.
No, my goal is to come back with both my cats, and hopefully we'll get to jump on a Squatch before any of the cats. But I mean, I have many cats. If one of them die,
Just like your dad.
Yeah.
So we got in the car. We revved up the engine. We kicked our feet up. Well, I kicked my feet up. I was in the passenger seat. And we headed on towards the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
Oh. Here's some beautiful trees out here.
What'd you say?
What?
What did you say?
I said these are some beautiful trees out here.
Oh.
And it was a beautiful day.
It was beautiful.
It was a nice drive.
Except for that thing in the road.
Yeah, there was this greased up deaf person in the road.
Oh. Look at him.
Wow, that's so greasy.
He's not even reacting to the sound of the car.
Well, no, he's deaf.
Yeah, that's the most disgusting part.
Yeah, why don't you just drive around him?
Okay. Oh boy.
I think you hit him a little bit.
He probably couldn't feel it. He's,
He is deaf
Yeah.
and greasy.
Let's just keep going.
Let's move on. It was a nightmare.
It was a waking nightmare.
And it was early in the day too, so I mean, if it was this terrifying in the day,
Yeah.
think of how awful it would be at the nighttime.
Yeah.
So thankfully, you know, we were able to swerve around that, hit it a little bit, and then just gunned it down the highway. Thankfully, our van did more than 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So as we ventured on, and eventually we came to our spot, our camping spot in the Appalachian Mountains. It's a nearby area.
Yeah.
And it's been known to be home to several Squatch
Yeah.
over the years.
The first thing we did was look for scat.
Yep.
Squatch scat.
Squatch scat. Yep.
But then you found something completely different altogether.
Yeah, I
You
was.
fell face first right into that fresh baked raspberry pie.
Oh, my face is all
Oh,
red.
Yeah, you got pie all over your face.
Oh.
There's that pie. It was laying right there.
It was delicious,
I can't believe
though.
you didn't see it.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. It could have been like blood or something gross. And boy, that was that embarrassing.
That was embarrassing. It wasn't as painful as I thought it would have been, but it was awful embarrassing. It actually forced us to move our campsite over.
Yeah, just a few feet.
Yeah, a few feet. Yeah. I was real red in the face after that.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I did not enjoy that. It was not a good start to the
Yeah,
trip.
well, yeah. Things happen in camping.
They do. Things do happen.
It's
it was
squatching.
like when we were setting up the tent poles, and you were fidgeting with the tent poles trying to get out of the bag, and then suddenly,
Oh, hey, Ronnie. I didn't see you over there.
who's this guy?
Could you come over here and just rub my shoulders a little bit?
We gonna put this tent up or what?
Oh, hey, just 1 second. I'm very tense. Oh, thank you, my friend. Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, that's.
Do you want some? You
no,
want some
no,
of
I'm
this?
fine. I don't know who this man is. I don't know where he
Okay.
came from.
Well, it's Ronnie. He's just he's just gonna be following us from a distance just to make sure everything's okay.
I don't.
Oh, right there.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
it was incredible.
Yeah.
It felt great.
It didn't look like it felt great.
Oh, it looks when I look like I'm grimacing in pain, it's actually ecstasy.
Okay.
It was pretty great.
All right. Well, I'm glad we.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to witness that part of your
Yeah.
life then.
Yeah, thank you.
But eventually we did finally get the tent set up. By this time it was already dusk. So there was no point in going out squatching at this point. You watch a lot of these shows, and people go out squatching at night. They assume that they're just gonna come out at night and you're gonna find a squatch, 2, 3 in the morning.
Right.
False.
Right. Their circadian rhythm is not of an owl
No.
or a night predator.
No, they are early birds.
Yep.
They get the worm.
Yep.
Um,
Quite literally.
Yeah. So our plan was to camp that night, and then get on the Squatch trail early
Yeah.
in the morning. And as we got the tent set up. Dusk fell. We started that fire, a beautiful roaring flame, and then you pulled something out of that bag. What is that? What is some marshmallows?
Yeah, those are big ones.
Those are big ones.
Yeah, they're
Is
very
that
big.
Or just marshmallows for dinner?
Yeah, why not?
Big King Cat, you're crazy.
Yeah, it's cheat day.
It is cheat day.
Yeah.
And the smell was atrocious.
It took a long time for me to find that in the jungle of
Yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, you do a lot of traveling.
Yeah. I as soon as I found it, I packed it in a large paper bag full of salt and immediately preserved it. And I said I would bring this next time I'm out squatching. And there we go. We had it.
I heard, a rumor I heard was that if you pack something in enough salt, it turns the body into a mummy.
Yes.
Is that what happened here? Is that why the smell was so bad?
No, it was not nearly in there long enough to become a mummy.
Okay.
Also, it was not rock salt like you would put on your sidewalk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is typically the
That's
salt.
typically what they call mummy salt.
Mummy. All right.
This was just plain iodized, regular
like sea salt,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of like sea salt. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's better. It tasted awful. It was stringy and gamey.
Yeah.
And the smell stuck with me for a
You
day.
slept well, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we got done eating, we poured some dirt on the fire.
Yep.
Maybe took a little tinkle on the fire.
Yeah.
And then crawled right into that tent. And as soon as I got in that door,
Oh my God!
My asshole!
What is that?
My asshole!
What is that?
My asshole exploded!
Oh my God! Yeah.
and again, an auspicious end.
I'm surprised
to the night.
nobody heard that for miles.
Yeah, it was.
I thought the police were going to come. And they were 20 miles away. It was that loud.
Yeah, it was. Again, embarrassing a little bit.
I came out of my tent with my gun.
Yeah,
I was very frightened.
Well, I'm glad you didn't use it on me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was too late at this point to move our camp again. We just figured we'd deal with it.
Yeah.
And everyone would forget about it in the morning.
Get some shut eye.
Yeah, just get a little rest.
Aye, but nobody forgot.
No, nobody forgot.
No.
We were up bright and early, as were some of our neighbors. They weren't out squatching, but early risers nonetheless. You want to get an early start on the day when you're camping.
Oh, you gotta love the morning when you're camping.
Excuse me.
The morning.
Are you feeling? You got a tickle?
No.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
It just seemed like something happened with your voice there.
No.
Okay.
That's just how I talk.
Okay, just want to check.
It's my native tongue. I can't do anything about it.
Your native tongue is English.
What? No, it's not.
Clearly, if that's your native tongue, then it's just English with an accent.
No.
I don't know.
What do we call a runt?
Excuse me?
A runt.
A runt?
A runt, yeah.
What are you saying
It's
right now?
a mishmash
Oh, you're a runt.
of dryland.
No, a runt is you're a mutt, not a runt.
Dryland
Dry.
is where it comes from. It's a native dialect of dryland.
The great mutts of Dryland.
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't say that to anyone else from Dryland. They'll cut you
Okay.
if they were alive.
Yeah, they're all dead, so I don't.
But I think some of them got smuggled out.
It's just like the stuff that we smuggled into the camp.
Yeah.
That night.
Hey, what do you? Oh, do you want to take a look at this Time magazine?
Oh my God. Is that the latest one?
Yeah.
How'd you get that in here?
It's hard for me to whisper.
I know, it's that Dryland accent.
Yeah.
I can't believe you snuck a Time magazine here, you dog.
Yeah, it's the new one too.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip through that.
It's got these nuts on the cover.
Oh my, he's gonna be the president.
Yeah.
It's a good sneak. A good sneak.
Yeah.
And we pulled that out that morning.
Yeah.
Rubbed it all over our bodies.
Yeah.
So we could kind of mask our scent.
Yeah.
Got some strange looks from our camp neighbors. But pay no mind to it.
Yeah.
We're out there in the morning. We're getting our fire going, roasting some coffee over the fire. Not roasting, I guess, but brewing.
No, we roasted it. We had the beans.
Yeah, it was.
We roast our own. I only roast my own beans.
We woke up around 3:30 in the morning. And
I
we
got
started
them from the Brazilian jungle.
really
Yeah.
just knocking them right off the tree.
Yeah.
Do they grow on a tree or a bush?
Oh, they grow in trees and bushes.
Okay, well, grabbed a whole handful of them and
Yeah.
roasted those up. Took about 3-4 hours to roast up, and then finally
Yeah.
around 7:30.
Thankfully, we got up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We got up early
Thankfully.
enough to be able to fix the coffee.
Early in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had our big cups of coffee. We scrambled some eggs and had some sausage, which I think it was sausage. I don't know. Came from that bag again.
Oh, it was sausaged.
Okay, it was sausaged.
Yeah.
So after that, we had our bellies full. We packed up our camp and we left a note on our bags. You scrawled a very handy note.
Yeah. So
on the
please
bags.
don't steal our things. We will be right back
Right.
in a few hours.
Yes. And you left a lot of notes along the way.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see a lot of them. We were only about a mile down the road here, the trail here, and you were starting to tack notes up on the wall.
Yeah.
On the trees back there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what did those notes have to say.
I like to leave little fun facts like, this tree is a pine, and they typically grow, in the ground.
That is a fun
And just-
fact.
Yeah,
That
when
is
you're
really fun.
well, when I'm out hiking, I like to see, I would love to see little notes on the trees, just telling me little facts about what I'm looking at.
Well, in fact, we didn't see notes, but we did see a little something out in the forest there.
Yeah.
We saw a little child over there.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
that's very strange.
I wonder what they're doing out here alone.
I don't know. Well, let's
just,
let them be.
Yeah, let's just keep walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Incredible heat coming off of that thing.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that in person.
Yeah.
In videos and stuff, on TV.
Yeah.
But never in person have I seen anything quite like that.
No. And you never will again, because that was the only one.
We Should we just fucking kill that thing? It's all red and blotchy.
I don't know. Maybe.
Why don't you get... What kind of weapons do you have on you right now?
I have my AK-47 and I have this grenade.
Okay.
I also have this buck knife.
Yeah, I'll throw that buck knife right at it.
All right.
Good
Crack
shot.
shot. Yeah.
And I'll keep that memory with me
Yeah.
for the rest of my days.
Yeah.
And I guess we just assumed that it was the last of its breed.
Yeah.
I mean, what we did to it would probably scare the rest of the whatever the hell they were back into the Stone Age.
Yeah.
It was gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're gruesome twosome. But we ventured on.
Yeah.
Stinking like Squatch stink.
Yeah.
Crawling through the
Well,
bushes.
I put that stink all over us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you really rubbed it in some of my crevices,
Yeah.
and I didn't necessarily want it there.
Yeah.
But
well, you got to get it everywhere.
you really slipped some fingers really shouldn't have
yeah.
gone.
Well,
And
you want to be a squatcher?
Yeah, well, I've
s-
squatched before, but I've never squatched with you. I've never had that experience before.
Yeah. Well, lots of things go inside you when you're
Yeah.
squatching. So
I mean, it wouldn't have probably been so bad if it weren't for the barbs all over your
Yeah,
fingers.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what those are from, but
well, I like to. I stick my hands in tar and then I stick them in a bowl of barbs.
okay, easy enough.
Yeah. Well, so if I come across a squatch, I'm gonna right hook him.
Okay.
Get some barbs in his eyes and then I
Yeah.
run.
Again, with the assault immediately.
Yeah.
Don't agree with it, but again, we moved on.
Or if your mom is on a train, you throw her off before she throws you off.
Why would I throw my mom off of a train?
I don't know. It's how you one of your American movies.
Yeah, it's not a particularly good one.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you.
I watch what I watch.
Okay, well, today we're watching Squatch. We're
Yeah.
Squatch watching.
Yeah.
So we were walking through the forest, and as we're walking through, we heard a little.
This is Dr. Fraser Crane.
What the fuck was that?
What? Did you hear that?
Where did that come from?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard that. I'm asking where it came from. Of course, I heard it.
Double cone with cream.
What?
What is that? What
Did you
is
say
that?
something?
No, I didn't say anything.
That's very strange.
Where is that coming from?
I don't know.
Cuckoo can chew, Mrs. Robinson.
I've had enough of this.
And I took off my hat and it was under there the whole time.
Which is one of the most pleasant surprises of
Yeah.
the entire trip. Probably the only pleasant surprise of the trip.
Yeah.
Don't want to give anything away too much. But it was probably the one thing that weekend that made me smile.
Yeah. That's sad.
It is, yeah. It's as I think back on it now, I get a little.
I was
verklempt.
smiling the whole time.
Yeah, you had a deranged smile on your
Yeah.
face the entire time.
I love being in the woods around my animals.
Yeah, I mean, I love it to a degree too, until everything starts to go wrong. And
Yeah.
as we step through this clearing,
Oh Lord, I just stepped in mud. Oh jeez. Oh Lordy. Oh my shoes are all covered in mud.
yeah, you took a big old step right in there. You got to be more careful. And I'd never heard anybody yell so loud in my life. You were just screaming,
Yeah. Well,
and over again, just screaming.
I forgot my boots.
You could slip right in this and fall right over.
I forgot my boots.
How could you forget your boots?
I
spent a
forgot my boots.
whole weekend, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'd never.
Well, what would you do in that situation?
I would probably do the same thing. I would probably do a lot of
Yeah,
screaming.
well, there you go.
It really caught me off guard though.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we were able to get you out of the mud. Just step out of it.
I can't. I'm stuck in the mud.
Just grab my arm.
I can't.
Just-
Where are you? I
I'm
can't.
right-
Where are you?
All right,
I
I'm
can't
right
see
next to you. Just open your eyes.
Hang on.
Grab my arm.
All right.
Okay,
All
let's
right,
go.
grab me hand.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Let's go. There we go.
God, that was horrible.
It's not that big of a deal.
Oh.
And we got back on our way.
Yeah, I think St. Patty every day.
St.
Since
Patty.
then. Yeah.
Is that St. Patrick or just St. Patty?
St.
Is that a
Patty.
different person?
No, not St. Patty.
Okay, St. Patty.
No, St. Patty.
St. Patty.
No,
Say again.
St. Patty.
Say Patty.
No,
Say again.
St. Patty.
Say Patty.
No,
Say again.
Sabadi.
Sabati.
No,
Say again.
Sabada.
Sabata.
No.
Say again.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
And then both the cats dropped dead.
Yes.
And that's how we knew
That's when we knew a
there was
Squatch
a foot
near.
afoot.
A foot. Yeah, big. A big. No,
I don't
that
follow.
one doesn't work as well.
I don't follow.
Sorry, I ruined it. There was obviously a Squatch near both of these cats. And now they both were looking pretty old and ragged.
Yeah. And I did shoot them.
Yeah, you did. I don't know. I didn't understand that at all.
Well, I knew they were about to drop dead out of sensing the Squatch, so I just bang,
Just put them out of their
right
misery?
out of their misery right away. I saw
Okay.
that look in their eye. They looked at me. He's coming.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, they were perched on my shoulders the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah,
And,
I saw my crack shot.
yeah. Well, it was I didn't have hearing for days after.
Yeah.
It was rough. But as we realized the cats were dead, and that meant a Squatch was near.
Yeah.
We got on our bellies. We started to crawl through the forest, and that's when you gave me the best piece of advice I think I'd ever heard in my life.
Did you know itemized deductions are a great way to lower your taxable income?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, the IRS allows you to deduct up to 50% of your taxable income in charitable contributions to tax-exempt organizations, including religious organizations, community groups, charitable organizations, colleges, non-profit hospitals, and more.
I've been doing my taxes all wrong this whole
Yeah,
time.
you got to get a good. I'll give you a number to my guy.
Yeah, you got a card or something?
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's probably what saved me that weekend.
Yeah.
It's again, it's something that I'll never forget. I'll take it with me forever.
Yeah.
I'll hold it deep in my soul.
Well, I hope so.
So we're here in the woods, and we're crawling along.
Yep.
And we start to hear voices.
Hey, honey, do you have the potato salad?
I thought you brought the potato salad.
I thought you were going to grab it off the
Oh,
counter.
we must have left it in the fridge.
Oh, son of a gun.
And it's a whole gaggle of them. We hear so many voices. It's not just one Squatch moaning. We're hearing a whole, what may be a family
Yeah.
of Squatch.
Yeah.
So we're crawling along. We're getting all of our supplies out. We're getting no pepper spray because we know that doesn't work.
No, they're immune.
I've got a knife out.
Yeah.
Just to scare it into
Yeah.
friendship. I've got a grappling hook.
Yeah.
And a crossbow.
Yep.
I
I have my grenade.
Yep. It's a large grenade.
Yeah, it was a very large grenade, and I have my AK-47.
Yeah, and I don't know how you legally got that.
I have a license.
For an AK-47?
Yeah, I got it when I was in Doral.
That's the gun laws there must be pretty lax.
Yeah. Well, nobody's there anymore.
That's true. You can just take whatever you want.
Why, yeah.
And write your own license.
It's all still there.
We should
You
make
can
a
go
trip.
anytime.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I bet there's a Squatch there.
Oh, no.
No.
Nothing for him to eat since General Famine killed everyone.
General Famine?
Yeah.
Is that the name of a general?
Yeah.
So wait, when you said famine killed everybody.
No, the very fat man named General Famine ate everybody, all the food.
Oh my god.
And everybody
That
died.
changes everything. I
Yeah.
thought everyone
And then
died.
there was a lack of food because none of it grew, and there was a famine.
So General Famine caused the famine.
Yeah, and he died during the famine.
That's it's poetic justice.
It's irony.
Irony.
No.
Say again?
Irony.
Irony.
No.
Say again?
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey Ronnie.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Where did he come from?
Oh, he's waiting in the car.
Stay there, Ronnie.
Good.
We'll be done soon.
Good.
Okay, so we're crawling through, and the voices are getting louder, and we can hear them, and they're saying over and over again. We can hear them.
No, honey, don't eat that. I think the beef's gone bad. The beef's gone bad. The beef went bad.
And so we know a Squatch is near.
Yeah.
So we crawl through the brush, and we're peering through the grass, and finally we can see it. And that, I mean, you looked over at me and you said to me,
You know, picky people pick Peter Pan peanut butter. 'Tis the peanut butter picky people pick.
I was speechless.
Yeah.
Almost speechless again, just hearing it.
Yeah.
Um,
So I said it again. Picky people pick Peter Pan peanut butter. 'Tis the peanut butter picky people pick. And I said, did you hear me this time?
yeah, and I remember I was finally able to speak this time, and I said, would you just relax?
I said, well, repeat it back to me if you heard it.
And so I repeated it. Picky little Peter Pan pickle people.
No. Picky people pick Peter Pan peanut butter. 'Tis the peanut butter picky people pick.
Picky people pick peanut butter, picky people pick.
Picky people pick Peter Pan peanut butter. Just
Pickle
peanut butter,
people
picky people pick.
People pick peanut butter, pickle.
Yeah.
Fuck!
And I said that's correct. That's what I said the first time. When you're speaking to someone, it's nice to have a recognition that they heard you. But I understand now that you were in shock.
Yeah, I was
of
in
what
shock.
we saw.
Yeah, you were just making
Because
sure that
not
I was
only
on.
it was it 1 foot
It wasn't 2 foot.
or thrice foot,
There were 4 Squatch.
quattro foot.
Yeah, quattro
Yeah.
foot. Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
what the Spanish for foot is.
Ay caramba.
I don't think that's accurate.
No, that's not. I'm just
Oh, you're just okay.
I'm reacting.
Exclaiming. Okay.
yeah.
So that's right, folks. We had stumbled onto an entire family of Squatch.
Yeah.
4 of them just gathered in some clearing in the forest here. They had laid down some kind of blanket, or I mean, we would call it a blanket. I don't know what, some sort of hide on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had these
A
crude,
squilt.
yeah, a squilt, a Squatch quilt.
Yeah.
They had these crudely woven, like wicker buckets of something on the ground.
Yeah.
Just kept reaching in and pulling things out and chewing, just mindlessly chewing
Yeah.
on things.
There was even a little one in the corner, and she was reading a book by Margaret Squatcher.
Yeah. Which I didn't realize that they could read.
No.
But once you realized it was that book, you reciting some of the passages to me from that book.
Yeah.
And I believe it began, here sits a Squatch upon a watch.
And I, this Squatch, is broken-hearted, tried to shit but nearly farted.
It's beautiful.
I know. Yeah.
And that, it was beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
it brought tears to your eyes. I was mostly confused because I didn't know you were reciting from the book at that point. I thought you were just coming with this off the top of your head. Very confusing.
Yeah. I have eagle eye vision.
Yeah, I have eagle eye cherry.
Yeah.
But no vision. So here we were. And at this point, I got a little tense. And I started to think back to some of your advice.
Yeah.
And how you kept telling me.
So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny. On every art book ever written. Michelangelo? You know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations. Him and the Pope. Sexual orientation. The whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in Sistine Chapel. You never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling, seeing that. If I ask you about women, you'll probably give me a syllabus of your personal favourites. You may have even been late a few times, but you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. You're a tough kid. I ask you about war, you probably throw some Shakespeare at me, right? One more into the breach, dear friends, but you've never been near one. You never held your best friend's head in your lap and watched him gasp his last breath looking to you for help. If I asked you about love, you probably quote me a sonnet, but you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone who could level you with her eyes, feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you, who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel, to have that love for her be there forever, through anything, through cancer. And you wouldn't know about sleeping, sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months, holding her hand because the doctors couldn't see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you. I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Corey. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my fucking life apart. You're an orphan, right? Do you think that I know the first thing about how hard your life has been, how you feel, who you are, because I read Oliver Twist? Does that encapsulate you? Personally, I don't give a shit about all of that because you know what? I can't learn anything from you. I can't read in some fucking book. Unless you want to talk about you, who you are. And I'm fascinated, I'm in, but you don't want to do that, do you, sport? You're terrified of what you might say. Your move, Chief.
That's such great advice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And it rang true finally. Like I was laying in this bush, and I started to feel fear, and I thought, it's go time.
Yeah.
So that's when we unholstered our
And
weapons.
I was like, what would Li Ving do in this situation?
Yeah, and I said, who's that? Who's that?
Li Ving.
And I said again, who?
Li Ving.
I don't know who that is.
The lead singer of Fear.
And then I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I thought for a second, and I paused, and I said, oh, well, I think you would kill him. I think you'd kill them all.
Yeah.
And let Squatch God sort him out.
There are far too many Squatches. 1 Squatch, fine. 2 Squatch, let him be merry. 3, okay. 4, no way.
Yeah, if there's 4, no more.
Yeah.
That's what they say about Squatch lore.
Yeah.
So this is at the point where we...
It's like hunting deer.
Yeah.
You got to keep the population down.
Exactly. The population.
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 No.
Say again?
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
What?
No, nothing. Just figuring out some lingo here.
And then I pulled out my gun.
Yeah, and I pulled out 2 of mine.
And I pulled out another gun.
Yeah.
And
We
I unpinned the grenade.
You unpinned the grenade,
Yeah.
and you were ready to throw it.
And that's when.
Hey, what are you laying in the bushes for?
Daddy, there's crazy men in the bushes.
Yeah, I don't know. So back away a little bit.
Okay.
And we just looked right up at him. I
Yeah.
mean, he was using the English language.
Yeah. I could have. Everything I learned about the Squatch went out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was the little one with him, and he was he had some kind of electronic thing in his hand. He must have. I think he had some sort of phone or video game in his hand.
Yeah.
He must have
he must have
murdered
stolen-
somebody before.
Yeah. Or stolen it from another campsite.
So
Yeah.
at this point, I reached up with my knife to get the little one,
Yeah.
and the big one looked right down at me and said,
Hey, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Trying to stab my son? Back up, son. Get the fuck out of here.
and that was it.
Get out of here.
I dropped the knife right on the ground.
Yeah. And we ran.
We ran.
I said, this pretzel is making me thirsty. And then we ran.
And I didn't look back for a long time.
Yeah. Well, thankfully they didn't follow us.
No,
They might have eaten the bodies of the cats.
They
Maybe
were-
that's what slowed them down.
maybe.
Also, I can run at a clean 35 miles an hour.
So you could catch up to a Squatch if you want.
Oh, yeah.
I've been clocked at 22. I'm
Yeah.
a hair below 35.
Yeah.
But I was able to keep up with you. I don't know if there was some mystical magic happening in my body that day.
Yeah. Must have been.
The
The magic of the Squatch.
magic of the Squatch Watch. Well, we finally got back to our camp.
Yeah. And everything was stolen.
Yeah, everything was stolen.
I
and
left
there was
nothing that.
no. Even the
note-
notes were gone.
Yeah, the notes was gone.
There was a new note though, and it said, "Dear fuckers, this is the last time you face dive into my wife's pie and then blast my campsite with your ass cannon."
And then on the back, I looked, and on the back there was absolutely nothing.
Nothing back there.
No, that's not. It's just the note on the front. Nothing back here.
Makes sense, I guess. That's scary.
It is.
Okay. Wow. Well, folks, that's
And that's the show.
that's our adventure. We
Yeah, I hope you like the.
we did
yeah.
encounter 2 Squatch, or
Yeah,
not
we
2
did.
Squatch, 4 Squatch, 2
Yeah.
up close and personal.
You're hearing hardcore evidence that
Yeah.
and none of us got a photo or
No, unfortunately, no
video
photo.
footage.
We got the audio
Yeah.
of a Squatch speaking, which I'd never heard before.
Yeah, I've been playing it back over and over again, and I still can't understand what he's saying.
No, it's
Yeah.
like a garbled version of the English language, much more than your version.
Yeah. Every time I listen to it, I'm shook with fear.
That tends to
I
happen.
listened to it the
people.
other day, and I was shook with fear.
You were shook with fear.
Yeah.
It's easy to be shook.
Yeah.
Well, after we found our gear stolen and everything gone, we solemnly
Yeah.
got back into the van.
Yep.
And
we drove the 5 minutes back to here.
Yep. We didn't really. I guess we didn't really need to load that much
No.
stuff up.
No, I guess not. Now that I think about it,
There's no real need
it was
to
pretty
camp.
close.
Yeah, we could.
But I mean, the experience is
yeah,
nice.
it was the whole experience.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, if I would have rubbed that semen all over you in the house, it would have gotten everywhere.
semen?